was a hotel and I owned it. I had these fantastic glitzy clothes.
Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we're looking at the worst final episodes of British TV shows.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Number 10, Line of Duty.
Come off it, no way.
This can't be right.
We're putting this at the bottom of our list because it's allegedly having a 7th series go into production. But would it need a 7th series at all if the last episode hadn't been a complete farce? Possibly not, since the final series did try to resolve most of the story.
If this is right, he's been under our noses from the very beginning.
I mean, for God's sake, what does this make us look like?
As we all know, it was a monumental failure, with H revealed to have been Ian Buckles all along, a known idiot. The message was that you don't have to be a criminal mastermind in order to be corrupt, but this just made all the main characters look just as incompetent, since it had taken them so long to catch him.
Ian Buckles, you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned, something you later rely on in court.
Number 9, 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps.
I thought it would be nice to tell everybody the tale of your incredible journey to the big 3-0. This is your life.
Maligned by some and beloved by others, 2 pints broadcast on the BBC for over a decade, but by the end, the writing had been on the wall for a while. Much of the cast had left, along with its creator, Susan Nixon, leaving the last series extremely muddled. It had already been going downhill since Ralph Little left, with his character killed by a shark, and in the last series, only Gaz and Donna remained.
There is no baby, I'm not pregnant, it was just stress.
What, you were pregnant with stress? What's that, like a food baby?
The final episode focuses on Gaz and Donna's relationship drama, but this time with Donna trying to figure out if she's terminally ill after Gaz miraculously recovers from being paralysed in a wheelchair just in time to have a birthday party.
Do you know what? I'm glad that we never bothered. You'd be a terrible mother. All you cared about was yourself.
Number 8, Come Back Mrs. Noah.
Ooh, isn't it exciting to be going back?
Yes, but it's not as easy as all that.
To be fair, every episode of Come Back Mrs. Noah is atrocious, but the finale was absolutely bizarre. If you watched Molly Sugden's adventures in space all the way to the end, which, let's be honest, you definitely didn't, you will have been on the edge of your seat about whether Mrs. Noah and company will escape Britannia 7 with their lives. Well, don't worry, they won't. Well, probably not, anyway.
That's the Earth, isn't it?
Oh, fancy. We'll be back there in a few minutes.
Isn't it getting smaller?
An attempt to bring the rogue space station home ends with their spacecraft being slingshotted around the Earth and away, where they presumably died horribly after the credits rolled. This was after we spent most of the middle part of the episode watching them play VR golf.
How does that look?
Grotesque is the word that springs to mind.
Number 7, Misfits.
What are you doing? You've killed him!
That's really bad. He's fine. I just stunned him.
A lot of people stopped watching Misfits after Nathan left, but by the final series, the entire original cast had departed. We had a new gang of 5, with Rudy from Series 3 being the oldest cast member, and still a lot of standout episodes. But the finale was, predictably, a disappointment. The revelation that Rudy 2's gang of superheroes were anything but was fascinating, but a massive amount of the episode was preoccupied with Jess and Rudy 1, yet again.
What is that?
It's our son. He wants you. He needs feeding.
It would have been much better with some more focus, or even some more narrative weight, since it was utterly void of references or callbacks to the first series. It was plain bland, the very thing Misfits should never be.
How's it going? See any action?
Nothing much, we've got some guy dropping litter.
What did you do to him?
We let him off with a very stern warning.
Number 6, El Dorado.
I saw you in the old town, talking to Marcus Tandy.
What?
Gave you some money, what for? I delivered a letter for him yesterday.
All the BBC wanted was to compete with the sunny soaps of Australia. So this soap opera, initially about British expats on the Spanish coast, got pitched. It's a very simple premise for a soap, and perhaps in another world it would have been successful. Unfortunately, it was blighted by production mistakes from the beginning, with its inexperienced actors, bad writing, and a pointed attempt at sabotage from ITV.
Can't trust anyone these days, can you?
In the end, it ran for just over a year, with a finale that was as poor as the rest of it. It literally ended with Marcus riding off into the sunset in a speedboat with a dodgy stunt and a cheesy one-liner. Number 5. Skins.
What are you waiting for?
The third generation of characters were disappointing all round, with the show losing sight of who they were between series 5 and 6. But then, Skins came back, with the final series revisiting some of its most popular characters, Effie, Cassie and Cook. But these last episodes were an exercise in misery, with all of their lives going horribly wrong.
Elfie!
Yes, Mark.
What are you doing?
Well, now I'm selling.
Effie has an affair with her boss, gets embroiled in an insider trading scandal in the city, and deals with Naomi's terminal cancer. Cassie finds herself being stalked by a cafe worker and amateur photographer.
This isn't what we do! You don't do that! Did he screw you? Right?
Jacob!
And finally, Cook, still on the run after murdering Freddy's killer, gets pulled deeper into the grimy world of drug dealing. Absolutely no one got a happy ending. Number 4. Sherlock.
So there were 3 Holmes kids. What was the age gap?
Maybe one day they will make a 5th series of Sherlock that retcons everything and explains that actually the show was good all along. But that's almost certainly never going to happen, so we're stuck with the final series we actually got. All about Mycroft and Sherlock's secret sister that Sherlock had forgotten existed.
Good and bad of fairy tales, we have evolved to attach an emotional significance to what is nothing more than the survival strategy of the pack animal.
Not only were fans baited into thinking Moriarty was going to return, only for this to be relegated to flashbacks, but they were also baited into thinking that the final episode would make sense or be satisfying in some way.
Mr. Moriarty, Big G. Big G means governor. Street speak. I'm a bit down with the kid, you know. I'm relatable that way.
It's a complete slog that finally showed even the most ardent fans that there was no grand plan. Stephen Moffat was just making it up as he went along. Number 3. Game of Thrones.
I've had nothing to do but think these past few weeks about our bloody history, about the mistakes we've made.
It's not technically British, being made by HBO, but it was predominantly filmed in the British Isles with a largely British cast. Plus, it was just as much of a hit here as it was in the States. However, it's gone down as having one of the worst series finales in history, thanks to Tyrion unilaterally deciding to put Bran Stark on the throne, despite being imprisoned at the time, and, of course, because of Daenerys.
But I ask you now, if we choose you, will you wear the crown?
Despite being one of the most popular characters, they decided to have her lose her mind and kill everyone in King's Landing, only to be ruthlessly put down by Jon Snow. Game of Thrones was legendarily disappointing.
She liberated the people of Slavers Bay. She liberated the people of King's Landing. And she'll go on liberating until the people of the world are free. And she rules them all.
Number 2. Crossroads.
Angela, wake up. Oh, right. Sorry, love.
It was already an ill-fated reboot of a soap that had ended once before, so how did they choose to finish things the second time it got itself cancelled? Well, by having it all be a dream, of course.
It was the weirdest thing. was like I drifted off to this very strange place.
You what?
It turns out that the entire revival was just being imagined by a character played by Jane Asher, who loved the original 24-year run of Crossroads and now works in a supermarket.
Give me all the money.
What were you going to do? Peel it and watch us fall over?
The entire second half of the finale is then dedicated to this supermarket alternate universe, where we see that the cast she imagined are all just customers and shop workers themselves. It was absolutely mind-boggling.
Maybe some other time.
Maybe. Mr. Sampson.
Bye-bye, Angel.
Number 1. Killing Eve.
How do we know what the 12 is? We might just have to kill them all.
Few TV show finales have been as insulting as Killing Eve. Perhaps Game of Thrones, but Game of Thrones had a long deterioration. Killing Eve also went downhill thanks to its revolving door of showrunners, but nobody expected that Villanelle would be ruthlessly killed off in the last 5 minutes.
Distract them.
After defeating the 12, it looked like Eve and Villanelle might be able to put their espionage and murder-centric lives behind them and get that happily ever after, but no. Carolyn orders a hit on Villanelle and she bleeds to death in the Thames, with Eve helpless to save her. It was gut-wrenching in all the wrong ways. Let us know in the comments which of these finales you'll never re-watch.
I've got a lovely voice, I have. I could be on the stage if I'd met you.
On the stage, what is? The performing monkey.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.